when an angel crosses your path. I want to speak to y'all today about some of my angels that I've met along the way. My first angel is named Christina. I was here on YouTube one day and Christina was doing a makeup giveaway. And I remember she wrote a number down on a piece of paper and you had to guess the number. Well, I guessed the number and the giveaway was a box of makeup. I had told Christina to give it away to someone else and she said, no, you want it, so you're the one getting it. I said, okay. My grandfather came to me in spirit and he showed me a makeup palette, and the one at the bottom left, he was pointing to it and he was trying to get me to read it and I couldn't make it out, and he got frustrated with me and he said, look, tell the woman to get to the hospital immediately, she's got severe stomach issues. I said, okay. I didn't know who he was referring to, so I messaged Christina and I said, Christina, are you having any stomach complications? And she said no. The makeup arrived here by FedEx. The FedEx delivery driver was a woman. I asked her, was she having any stomach complications that maybe she needed to go to the hospital, and I remember telling her, I hope you don't think that I'm weird, and she said they have to get physicals all the time, so she's perfectly healthy. I said, okay. I remember sitting here on video. I actually have a video here on my channel. I will link that video in the description box. I was sitting in my kitchen unboxing the makeup from Christina, and each one of them was individually wrapped up. When I got to the makeup palette one and I opened it, there was a fingerprint on it. 2 weeks after making that video, I was already having stomach pains, but I was used to it. That was like the norm for me for a while. But those 2 weeks after opening up those boxes, the pain got worse. It felt like it was on the inside of me with a knife just gutting me. It got so bad to where I said, you know what, let me go into the hospital. So I did. I got there. I actually had someone here on YouTube on camera while I was there. Because the main thing, we was asking questions about moringa. And they had me on pain meds through IV. I went into radiology for a CT. I remember laying there on the bed before going through the actual donut. And the radiologist, she comes out there to me and she's like, Jess, you know what? I can see who your doctor is here on my computer screen. I said, who? The emergency room doctor? She said, no, your actual doctor. And she said, do you happen to have your phone on you? I was, because you get wheeled down to radiology in a wheelchair. So I was like, yeah, it's over there in my purse. And she said, well, I'm going to bring the wheelchair over here to you if you can just get your phone out your purse, because I need to take some pictures and please show your doctor. My mind was thinking that she was going to go back there and behind the window and take pictures of me inside the donut. No. She was taking pictures of me and laying there on the bed. I still have those pictures to this day. It didn't make sense to me while she was taking the pictures. So that was that. I got back into my room. They're in the emergency room department. The nurse comes in and she discharges me. So I'm getting ready to walk out, and then she comes flagging me down. Hey, you need to get back in the room for a second. I'm so sorry I discharged you. I didn't know the emergency room doctor was on the phone with your doctor scheduling an appointment. I was like, oh, okay. So I go back in the room, and that's when he told me, hey, I scheduled you an appointment with your doctor. You need to go down there and see him immediately. And he told me what was going on. He said on the CT scan they had found what we call adenocarcinomas. If you don't know what that is, that's another name for tumors. So that was my first angel, my granddad and Christina. Next comes the American Wanderer here on YouTube. I remember him coming into town, and right before he came into town, I had already had a colonoscopy, which is an upper and lower endoscopy, where they can get a better reading, and that's how you get your pathology report, okay? Every cancer patient has a pathology report. That's number one. But anyway, the American Wanderer, he called and he was like, Jess, I'm coming to Atlanta. Would you like to collab or meet up? Sure. This was like around the time where we were still in our lows, because we had recently lost my Uncle Jim. And I had told my mom, which y'all know as Boom Boom Parker, I told her, I said, Mom, this man is coming to the house. I said, I know he's a good guy. I said, I don't know his real name, and I didn't. All we knew was the American Wanderer. And I told Mom, I said, Mom, I feel like he's an angel passing through and going to be coming with a message. I just had a weird feeling that my Uncle Jim sent the American Wanderer here. So I told Mom, come sit in the living room with me. So she did. The American Wanderer, he arrives here at my house. That's when we ask him, what's your name? And I don't know if he wants me to publicly say his name here, but I'll just simply put it like this. His first name was the same name as a deceased relative. His last name was shortened for my daughter's nickname. He also had a dog named HD. HD's real name is Harley Davidson. My deceased loved one's oldest son's name is Harley. The American Wanderer, when he got here, he had just left the Carolinas, where my uncle's children live. And it was just too many coincidences, and I ended up finding out as well that he's a veteran. My uncle was also a veteran. They are both Vietnam veterans, and so I was able to give him a lot of information while I was here. Like I've told y'all in the past, I always pay attention to my surroundings. Me and my uncle, we would always go to the VA. We would go in there and we would sit and we would eavesdrop on other veterans' conversations, because the VA does not tell veterans what they are eligible for. That's bad. It really is. So we would sit there and we would eavesdrop on the other veterans' conversations, and I would hear something, and I was like, well, you're eligible for that. Let me go sign us in, so you can get those benefits. And I was able to share that with the American Wanderer. When he left here, he told me that he was heading for Arizona. He was going up there to like a shuttle bus type of thing where all these RVs meet up somewhere. I just knew it was somewhere in Arizona. After he left, I think it was about 2 days later, my uncle came to me in spirit. He was in my room yelling at me, and he was yelling, Scottsdale, Scottsdale, Scottsdale. And so I Googled it. The only thing that popped up for Scottsdale was Scottsdale, Arizona. So I picked up the phone, I called the American Wanderer, and I was like, hey, are you headed for Scottsdale, Arizona? He said, no, Jess, but I do got to pass through there to get to where I'm going. I said, well, listen, I might sound crazy, but there's something there in Scottsdale for you. Stop in Scottsdale. Look low, look high. I don't know what it is, but there's something there for you. I think it was that same day, I got a phone call from my nurse, and this was when I was going in to have the pathology report read, okay? I got a phone call from my nurse, and she was like, Jess, don't come in. Our office has got flooded. We'll call and reschedule you once we get this handled. And I was like, okay, cool. The next morning, my doctor calls me, and he was like, he cusses. I'm not even going to lie to you and not say he cusses. He's like, where the hell are you, Jess? You're supposed to be here at my office. I need you here. And I said, well, look, the nurse called me yesterday and said y'all were flooded. He said, now you know darn well I have more than one office. He said, look, here's the address. I need you to get here. So I didn't recognize the address. So, of course, I put the address in Google to see exactly where it's located at. When I did that, it was located in Scottsdale, Decatur. Here where I live. And I was like, so the message was for me, it wasn't for the American Wanderer. And I remember going out there that day. It was a pretty far drive, so I caught an Uber out there that day. I get there, the waiting room was full, and my doctor said, get on back here, get on back here. He starts calling the staff in, and when a doctor does that, you know there's getting ready to be some bad news. As the staff was coming in, the lights in the exam room was flickering. My phone was saying ding, 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 ding. While the doctor's standing there talking to the staff about the lights, I looked down at my phone. I have like 50 emails from the VA. If you don't know what VA is, it's Veterans Affairs. And it was my uncle coming through spirit, letting me know that he was there in that moment, okay? So, of course, that's when I got the bad news, and the staff was there to comfort me and stuff like that. And my doctor immediately sent me up to the heart floor because I was going to have to go in for surgery, have my colon removed. But when you have your colon removed, the doctor has to make sure that your heart is stable enough, because that is a very, very serious surgery. I want to keep this subject, though, on the angels that I've met here and that God has put through my path before I give the rest of the story. So just stick with me on this. So now we're up to 4 angels, right? So then I want to kind of skip around, if y'all don't mind. While I was going through chemotherapy, I met a man here on YouTube named Dan Anderson. I don't know how I came across his channel or how he came across my channel. I don't remember how we met. But if you don't know Dan Anderson is what I call a rock star here on YouTube. While being in chemotherapy, it never failed. When I would be there in the morning, Dan would go live as I was there at chemotherapy. I would do live streams at chemotherapy because Mom is retired from the hospital, and she has a lot of doctor colleagues that would be watching the live streams as I was doing the live streams. And Dan knew that the chemotherapy drained me, so he was like, just when you get tired, send everybody over here to me. So I would raid Dan, and it would help his channel out. But I would be there in his channel. What Dan has done for me, it's a lot. Music will heal the mind, body, and soul. Excuse me. When you go over there to his channel, you don't even have to type. Just listen and let the sound of the guitar take control of your body. Dan was part of my healing. And Dan, I love the hell out of you. And I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. And I'm going to tell y'all, if you have a loved one that are sick, if you are sick, Dan Anderson is a great man to listen to as you're going through chemotherapy, radiation, and MRI, whatever the case may be. That's a good channel you would want to have right there. And while I'm on the subject of this, another great channel you would want to have Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance. We call him MBA here on YouTube. Every Sunday, MBA used to go live and play his guitar, but MBA also sings. He's an amazing, talented artist. NBA sent me, he homemade me a wooden angel. I have that angel in my curio next to my other angels. NBA, you and Dan both are another angel of mine. And I hope y'all know that I really appreciate y'all for all the prayers, always asking if I'm okay, just always looking out for me here on YouTube. And I love y'all so much. I'm not always able to get over there to the channel, but when I do, I'm there. I have so much going on here at home, doing the virtual learning. Jesus, that's a whole nother subject. So I also want to talk about my doctor, because he's another angel of mine. I don't want to talk too much about the surgeries because that's going to be in another video, but there was a time I was in the hospital for 2 weeks getting prepped for surgery, and I had a remote control on my bed to where I could just hit the button anytime I needed pain meds. So you got to remember, when you have a joystick like that on your bed, I mean, you're high as a kite. Let's be real. Just be honest with yourself. 5 o'clock that morning, doctor comes into my room. Right there next to my bed, there's a couch. So he comes over there and he says, Jessica, you're getting ready to go into a serious surgery. Put your hands into mine, because I'm scared myself. We're getting ready to go into a deep prayer. I remember him sitting there praying over me for an hour. But in my mind, I was like, is this a figment of my imagination, or is this real? Because I was that doped up on the medication. When you get down there to the OR, you have to meet with the doctor again. So when I got down there, I said, hey, was you in my room this morning? He said, girl, you better remember me being in your damn room this morning. We prayed for a long time. I said, yeah, I remember you being in there, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't dream it. He said, no, I was in there. That's another angel of mine. Also here on YouTube, Doreen and Tan. Always, you two will be an angel of mine. And what I'm getting at is, when you're out here, some believe, some don't believe. But God will place people in your path. And there is a reason why God placed these people in your path. They might have a message for you. They might be a guardian angel looking over you. Or they might be an angel to give a gift to you. Doreen and Tan is. Doreen, like I've said earlier before, she would go to every single appointment with me on video cam. She would call me every day, making sure I had my medication. Tan, I always try not to cry when I speak about you, but if y'all don't know Tan's world, get to know her. Encourage Tan to upload cooking videos. Tan is your healer. That's what she is. She's a healer. She's a mom and she's a provider. I watch Tan cook every single day. Everything that she cooked, she was going out there to the garden, getting something out the garden and cooking with it. So what I did, I was having complications with eating. It was a lot of things that my body would not keep down. So I was watching Tan like a hawk. I was like, oh, what is that? Let me see that. Let me see what you're doing, And she would make it one night. I would make that meal the following night. And I've been doing that till this very, very day. That's why I'm saying, if you're going through any type of sickness, I'm just going to put it out here like that. Go over to Tan's World and get on her ass. Cuss her out until she starts uploading some cooking videos. She'll get it. She'll eventually get it. But she's an angel of mine. I remember I was sitting here holding my results from Tan and Doreen. Because I had already knew that I was cancer free. I had known for a while, but I was trying to make sure my entire family knew. I mean, during the pandemic, y'all got to remember, we're all either virtual learning or you got family out there busting their ass on a job to where they don't have time to pick up the phone. They're living their own life, you know. So I just had to make sure that everybody knew, and it got to a point where Matthew Coombs came along. That's another angel of mine, and Matthew told me something so special. He said, "You know what, Jess?" He said, "Jess, you're going to be all better." He said, "You're not going to be sick no more." And I had to hang up the phone and just break down crying because I hadn't told anybody yet, and Matthew knew. He knew. And when I finally came public on YouTube, I sent the video directly to Matthew, and I told him I love you, Matthew, and everything I do, for some reason, Matthew always knows. He always knows. And I gave Tan and Doreen the news right before Christmas. That was my Christmas present to them. And it was an emotional time to see them sitting there crying. I gave the news to Gemma Harvey. There's a lot of people that we speak to here in the background. I remember calling Debbie Unleashed, Kimmy's Kitchen, Stanky Cheese here on YouTube, and Rachel Dolly Hug, and it was an emotional time. And to me, I still haven't celebrated yet. I will be going in really, really soon to be scheduled to have my port removed. Fingers crossed. Because I've heard through the grapevine that sometimes it don't just work like that to have the port removed, that they still want to keep an eye on you just to make sure that the cancer doesn't come back. But fingers crossed for me, y'all, that I am able to get this out my chest and be able to celebrate. I know this is good news, y'all, but in my heart I feel like it's not time for celebration yet until everything is removed. I want to speak about another angel of mine. The other angel of mine is David Bleasby. And I'll tell y'all something. There was a time when I was ready to give up on YouTube. I was ready to quit YouTube. At the time, it felt like it just wasn't for me anymore. David Bleasby came along, and I was at my weakest moment, and he put that fight back into me. He gave that gift to me, and that's when I said, you know what? Even if I have to pick on David as far as videos, I will have a video to upload and help him out with his channel, help him grow his channel. But he put life back into me here on YouTube, and I'll forever be thankful for David Bleasby here on YouTube, and you'll forever be my dad. And I want to say thank you so much, because I was done with YouTube. I was still in the background, commenting on videos and stuff, but as far as being a content creator, David, I was done. I had already put up the video called Grand Finale. I was done, but then here you come along, and once again, it made me feel like J-Dub Army was whole again. Then, I want to tell you about another angel of mine here on YouTube. His name is the ProCut. If you can't find him, all you have to do is go to your YouTube search engine, type in the ProCut Drone, D-R-O-N-E. ProCut has done a lot for me. He's helped me with watch time, watch hours, running playlists. Till this day, I don't know how ProCut found my channel, but ever since he found my channel, I've been very, very thankful for him. I've actually met ProCut in person. He's an amazing guy, got a big heart, and he will help you with anything you need help with. That's another angel of mine here on YouTube. Alright, I have two more angels. One of them's name is Bama Mudmowers. I have met him in person. Before everything started taking place, with everything that I've been through, I contacted him. And he pretty much gave me and Mom the heads up of everything that I was getting ready to go through. Bama is a cancer patient as well, and I know he doesn't mind me speaking about it here because he actually has a video on his channel. Y'all get familiar with Bama. Keep him lifted in prayers at this time. Bama's actually stayed over a couple of nights here at my house. He's an amazing man. He's good to get along with. He's country just like me, and I can't thank Bama enough for all the knowledge that he installed in me. So I want to say thank you as well for being put in my path, Bama, to be one of my angels. And last but least, I had an angel, Danky the Clown. Danky is going through some things. Danky hit me up and basically needed some information. If y'all don't know, Danky's mom is really, really sick right now. Just keep Danky the Clown lifted up in prayers. I told Danky everything to ask for. Everything, like, keep putting one foot before the other. Slow paced, Godspeed, and to always keep prayer lifted. Never take 1 minute for, you know what I'm talking about. Never take 1 minute for granted. Soak up all that love and know that you are loved here on YouTube. Know that you're an angel of mine here on YouTube. And I am grateful for having the opportunity to meet you, Danky. I'm grateful for having a personal relationship. And I always want to say thank you for being an amazing friend to me. And I know I've been an angel to you as well. And that's how we work. Message of the day is know that God will place angels in your path. And it's on you to recognize what that angel has been put in your path for. And I want to say thank you for each and every one of my angels that's been placed in my path. And like the ProCut says, stand up, J-Dub Army, and I hope everyone can receive this message. And thank you for being an angel to me.